right. Pretty much on time this week. Hello. Welcome to episode 82.
Good evening.
Wait, we had a few tech issues right before the show, but we got them all resolved. We're good. We're good. So as long as everybody can hear me and everybody can hear Jordan, then I think
I
we're
can
all
hear
right.
you.
Okay. All right.
I
You're a
think
little
we're
quiet.
good.
You can come up a little bit.
Okay, how about that? That better? Maybe if
I think
maybe
I
if
think
keep
so.
the mic. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People in chat let us know if we're too quiet or anything. But
Wait,
yeah, man.
I remember. I was just gonna say. I think last time I was on, it's been a minute. Maybe it was our last show. I can't recall. Time is amorphous. I was having problems with my computer shutting down. I hope that doesn't
You
continue.
were. I totally forgot about that. Have you had
Yeah.
issues like not streaming like in the last couple weeks?
Only when playing video games.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. I can hold down the fort. It's I don't want to
Takes
say
like
it's gonna be a
8
quick
seconds for
episode
my
today, but
computer to restart, so I think we're
yeah,
good.
you'll be fine. No, I see you're not drinking a hams.
I am hamless right now.
What do you got?
Um, whatever is in the fridge. This is no yeah. That's my thing. I just had some of it laying around. I was gonna try drinking my the beer that I have on tap, but that is no. I'm not gonna drink it. That's getting
No.
dumped.
Oh no, what is it? What happened?
It was an attempt at a Mexican lager with extract, and it's I don't know if opaque is the right term or if that goes far enough. It's like milky.
Weird. Is it
Yeah,
like purple anything or
no, it's not purple. No, it looks like it's like this colored, but
just
like if you took a bunch of milk and added to it.
okay?
Like I don't know, and like the hop character is not
Uh,
there. It tastes thin. Like I'm the whole. This was an experiment,
yeah,
Brian.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know you did your eagle juice with extract, but that was dry extract mostly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
not been using liquid.
So I found a good deal on Amazon. It was like 7 pounds of pills and LME for like $20 or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a whole batch of beer basically.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fine. So I tried it. Not not happy.
It's sort of like who knows how long that was sitting in like a hot warehouse or something. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
I'm sorry, man. I would still like to try it before you dump it. Save me a bottle.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have some milk beers together or something.
Mm.
I got so this is supposed to be a pale ale. You know, it is not clearing up. Um, it's it's more on like the clear side of like a New England IPA. And this is like the third time I've brewed this recipe. I don't know what's different this time than the other two times I've brewed it. I made it for a neighborhood party that we had this prior weekend here. And like it's fine, it drinks fine, but it's just not clearing up at all, and it bugs the shit out of me.
I'm with you there. I mean, that's like I'm a stickler. If my beer's supposed to be clear, I want it to be fucking clear. I think it just helps, you know.
I guess we're hazy milky boys this week or something. So,
Yeah.
Besides
Love it.
MHF, that's the theme of the show. Anybody in chat drinking something milky and creamy right now? Uh, MHF, man, how stoked
Dude,
are you?
I am ready. I'm
It's
ready
been-
to camp and wake up and drink. Yeah.
When's the last time you went camping? This is like the only time I camp during the year usually.
Last time I was camping was last MHF.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I usually, I mean, I got a toddler, man. Like I can't,
Mm.
don't have enough room to fit him in a tent. But yeah, usually used to go camping like 3-4 times a year, tenting it, roughing it, all that good stuff. But yeah, this time around, don't know where I was going with that, but yeah.
No, you're fine. I had permission to go over the Keepers of Craft homebrew club theme this year, so definitely want to finally announce that for people. I wonder, Shayna, if you're listening, can you grab me one of our pre how do I say this without spoiling? Pre-used pieces of cardboard. I'll see if I can get something out here. And I want to go through some of the events that are happening at the Michigan Homebrew Festival this year too. But so I guess first things first, Keepers of Craft. We're going to be doing games this year. That's not our theme, but we were sort of tasked by MHF to get together a bunch of beer games. So we're going to have a the bracket is not 100% created yet, but we're going to have a bracket. And I wish Jason was here. Patrick's so fucking ready. Yes, you are, man. It's the internet. You can swear. Unless your kids are listening, I guess. Don't let your kids listen to not safe for work beer shows. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm so happy you're coming, Patrick. So we're going to have, I believe, 5 games. We're going to have that game that you I don't even know how to describe this. There's a ring, and then there's a sort of pin that ring can connect to, and you kind of flick the ring at the pin, and every time you get it on the hook, you move a piece of block, piece of wood forward, until it completely reaches your opponent's side, and if it completely reaches your side, you lose. So we're going to be doing that. I know it has a name. If somebody knows the name, let me know. Jason actually just made a couple sets.
I just went to go look that up.
Yeah. We are going to have some sort of flippy cup as one of the games. We are going to have, gosh, I can't even think of the other 3. I wasn't doing a lot of the game organizing, so if anybody in chat or is listening wants to chime in with things that they remember, let us know. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if we have a prize or anything.
Bragging rights.
Yeah. One thing that we're going to do too that's not part of the games bracket, we're going to have a giant tarp, and we're going to try to bring some stands to tie the tarp down, and we'll have folding chairs, and we're going to sort of play like water balloon battleship. So I don't know how many teams or how many people are going to be on a team, probably like 3 or 4 on either side of this tarp. But essentially you place your chair down somewhere. We think we're maybe going to have some sort of ring or something that you sit down in. And if a water balloon hits you or anywhere inside of your ring, you are out. And so everybody on each side of the tarp takes turns throwing water balloons over to the other side. And so you can kind of watch where the trajectory of the water balloon is coming from and stuff. And it should be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of rubber to clean up, but we're going to be very conscientious of our waste. So yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. Plus, water balloons. I've had a water balloon fight in years.
We're going to have fully expect
water balloons.
Fully expect there to just be chaos at some point.
So what Shana just brought in, this is going to be sort of one of the pieces of our theme. So this is a scratch off ticket. I don't know if you can see it because of my blurriness. Here's a unscratched one. I need to find a better way to do this blur filter someday, but here, what if I put it next to my face? Kind of. But we are going to do a convenience store theme this year, which sounds a little weird in theory, but it's actually going to be really, really awesome. So these scratcher tickets are for people that don't know what beer they want to drink. We're going to have I think 8 of these for each tap, and we're just going to mix them up and let people pull out a scratcher and scratch it off, and that's their tap, and they get whatever's on that tap. We are going to have vests with our convenience store logo on it, which is Keepway. I don't have the logo on hand, or else I would show it off, but it's sort of like Speedway. It basically looks like a Speedway S with the lines through it and stuff like that, except it's a K and Keepway. So it's going to be awesome. We have red vests. If you're pouring at the bar, you're wearing a vest. You are, a Keepway employee. We're going to have a little snack station. Our Feast of Friday is going to be a bunch of fried gas station food, but like you do. We're going to have a magazine rack set up with some stuff. It's going to be all in all a pretty awesome time. Plus our beers are amazing. Keepers has some of the best beers out there, I think. Potentially a
I
little
agree.
biased, but you know.
I'm definitely biased. Yeah,
oh my gosh, Shanna, thank you. We're gonna have slushies. So
oh yes.
that's one of the big draws this year. Not trying to take anything away from the Mead Mamas or anything who usually do mead slushies, but we're gonna have, I think, at least 4 different beer / mead slushies that I can think of right now, including our gang brew this year. So I don't think that it's a spoiler anymore if we talk about our gang brew. I was actually talking to Bill Belair about it a couple of weeks ago while we were doing the Michigan Beer Cup judging. But so what we did, so like I guess the rules first. I think I talked. Didn't I talk about the rules last episode? I think I did. I think we
I
went
think so.
over it.
It's been dude. I can hardly remember what I had for breakfast
I know
this morning.
it's been a couple of weeks. So Michigan Mead Coalition won the Gang Brew Challenge last year, so they wanted to do something honey related this year. So the rules are your beer or mead or cider, whatever, has to contain at least 25% of the fermentables as honey. Has to contain a fruit or like a citrus, and can contain Pop Tarts. It's fruit or Pop Tarts or bonus points for both. Name brand Pop Tarts. So as long as you hit, the honey, the Pop Tart, and or fruit, you're good. So what we did is we put together a sort of like sour base with half Pilsen malt, half wheat malt, soured it with Philly sour, added some lemon zest and pink lemonade Pop Tarts. Look up your picture with the vest from our executive team. Okay, Patrick, I'll find that while I talk here. So we with about a pound of honey in primary for a little bit of sugar for the Philly sour to munch on too. Plus, we need honey in there. And then once it was done, I stabilized it, added the Pop Tarts, added the lemon zest, and then added back in another 3.5, I think, pounds of honey, maybe even a little bit more. The final gravity I was targeting was about 1055 to make it slushable. Tim Wickland says that it needs to be around, I don't know what that is in bricks. He said like maybe 15-ish bricks to really slushify. So it's really sweet and it's pretty tart right now. Shane and I did some experimenting, and we found that if we add more acid to it, it tastes way better because it balances out that sweetness a little. It doesn't make it quite as cloying. So we're probably going to bring some citric acid or like acid blend or something to Keepers and just kind of mix that into the slushy as it goes. But I think we're gonna kill it this year. I hope. There's no rule saying we couldn't slushify it, and I think that's a pretty fun thing to do. So we'll see. I think it was pretty creative. One extra step for us. And I'm looking back through our chat, Patrick, and I can't find our vest. I know it's in there somewhere, but
we'll just have to come to MHF.
You will, yes,
to see it for themselves.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but they're gonna be awesome. You will not be able to miss us. So we are down in the far back left corner with Livingston again. We're gonna have a big, huge tarp. So if it doesn't rain at any point, come hang out, drink the good beer, and you'll have cover over at the Keepers stand. That's my very long rant. Oh, I found the Keepers games. Let me see. Okay, we got beer pong. We got Flippy Cup. Ringo is the ring game. Did you say that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I heard. I was trying to look it up, and it just said like ring toss, which I don't think that's right. But
Pop Darts. I forgot we have Pop Darts. You know what Pop Darts are?
Like, are you talking about the things I ate by the pound in high school?
No, they're so darts isn't like bullseye. They're these sticks that essentially have suction cups on each end, and you kind of toss them, and they land on a table and like stick. Hopefully, and I don't know exactly how you play. All I know is that you can throw them at things and make them stick. But apparently, there's a game involved too. So we will all learn the rules at the same time. Keepers does not have an advantage in the beer games this year. You can tell from our extreme organizing.
I'm in the club. I didn't even know what the half of this shit was, but of course I think it's been a month or so since I've been to a meeting. So
yeah, we missed you last night, but it's all right. It's all right. MHF is like 15 meetings combined, so as long as you come to MHF, you don't have to attend a keepers meeting for the rest of the year. Like,
is that it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the official keepers stance?
Honestly, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I can't vote on it solo or whatever, but it's that important. Yeah, we have a lot of new people coming this year too.
Do we know what our attendance roster is? Like how many people are making it out?
I don't know from keepers. My guess would be at least 30.
Are you including some of the non-club members that I know that are going?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of people.
I mean, they're coming for us, so they're counted. I get it, but they should also be members.
Yeah, I don't think we have a tally yet, but a lot. I got to find our keg list too, but I think we have at least 35 kegs volunteered right now.
I was gonna bring one, so you can scratch one off of that because I'm not bringing that abomination.
Yeah. Second BJCP video. I need to do that. So I've been doing more competitions lately. I just judged at the Michigan Beer Cup, which will be announced. The awards will be announced on this coming Saturday. I've taken the online exam. I passed the online exam. I need to study for the tasting exam right now. We have about 10 people in our homebrew club that are all interested in taking the tasting exam. We have a grandmaster judge and a national judge, and then I think another national judge who have all said that they will host a tasting exam for us. We just have to get people committed and pass the online exam, and then we will take one of those. And as soon as I get people past the online exam, I will put out a video on how I'm studying for the tasting exam, because really I haven't done a whole lot of that yet. Right now, I've basically just been filling out practice score sheets a couple a week, just trying to get my timing better. So I'm trying to get down to about 10 minutes for a sheet, just for actual competitions, even though the tasting exam gives you 15 minutes per sheet. I think that'll give me enough wiggle room where I'm filling out the sheets with enough detail while also leaving myself a little bit of time to go back and reflect on the beer and stuff like that. So soon, hopefully. I'm glad that the first one was helpful. There's not a ton of videos out there like on BJCP stuff right now, and there's a severe shortage of beer judges, at least in Michigan. So I'm trying to sort of gather up a little subsection down here in Southwest Michigan, get people excited about it, and sort of like spread that out while also making sure that we have quality judges at the same time. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that was really helpful for you. Did you pass the online exam? Have you taken it yet, Face Meat?
Wonderful name.
I love it. Yeah.
You were talking to this guy, like, do we know Face Meat? Like,
but yeah, I think that hopefully I can put together some sort of, I don't know, helpful notes or helpful video on the tasting exam too. There's a video out there. I have to find it. It's a series of like 4 or 5 videos that this guy did, and I don't remember who it is right now. But he basically goes through a PowerPoint presentation while he talks about different parts of different exams, and people reference this guy a lot. So if I can find that, I will post it on the Michigan Brews Facebook page here tonight or tomorrow. I'll have to make a note somewhere so I remember to do that. But yeah, thanks. I'm glad it was helpful. Jordan, you need to take your exam.
I've bought the pack
Perfect.
made it that far.
Jason's taken the exam once. He went through it in 18 minutes just to blow through it and to see what happened and to get a feel for what it was like. He did not pass, but I don't think he expected to pass because he didn't go back and check any of his answers either or anything. He just wanted to see what the questions were like.
To be entirely honest, that's kind of the approach that I was planning on taking. I was thinking of just taking it like, because you buy a 3-pack or whatever, so you can take it 3 times. Like, just go on and blow through it over lunch and see where I land and kind of give me an idea of what I need to study up on. You should be able to pass it in 3 if you've been brewing for any length of time.
Yeah, there were a lot of those questions that were not really questions that you study for, just general like beer and brewing knowledge. Like how would you make a beer more dry? And it gives you options like, mash at like a lower temperature or add more dextrose to the end of the boil or something like that. So and then the off flavor ones were pretty easy. Like they are very blunt about like what the answer is that they're looking for. They're like, what is the off flavor that just like that smells and tastes like butter, period. They don't go into all these details about it, just like butter or or corn or baby puke or some of the really common, more identifiable flavors. The hard ones, the ones for me, were really the ones that wanted to compare ranges in beer, and that's why I made that spreadsheet. So
that's exactly what the practice exam that I took, exactly where I fell off was like, one of the questions was I want to say the difference between like export stout and an American stout, I think it was. And it came down to a slight variation in the IBUs, and it's just like, I wasn't off the top. I mean, this was just a practice exam, so I was just doing it, from knowledge. And I'm like, I'm not quite sure what it was. I went with, I think I answered something along with a small variance of ABV. Like, I think I put export stout as being like higher ABV or something, but like the main thing, at least the correct answer, was had to do with IBUs.
Mm-hmm.
But so small style variations like that. I think out of all the questions that I got, I think all of them, or all the questions I got wrong, all of them had to do with style variations. Everything else was perfectly fine.
Face, keep an eye out for a live show like this, probably in September. I want to grab a couple of guys that are studying for the BJCP online exam on and just do like a show, like a Q&A or something, or maybe we can all do like a practice exam online together and talk about it. I can probably take the questions from the free exam and we can just like put them up on the screen and talk about them and just kind of get a feel for what the practice exam and questions are. Because I'm glad you said this. I'm glad it lit a fire under your ass, because that's what I'm trying to do for other people in the club too. And I think somebody just kind of needed to get started. And we have another guy, Brandon Edwards, who's on the show sometimes. He took the exam and passed, and so I think that people are starting to see that, and hopefully we just get other people to follow suit. We need young people. We need young beer judges. I was talking to
Was that Gail?
It was either. So I've been talking to Gail Milburn. I judged with Annie Zipser at Beer Cup this last weekend, and she said something similar. And it might have even been when I was talking to Amy Olson, who's a Mead judge in Michigan here. And she was saying that there's just a huge disparity between older beer judges that are just kind of looking to retire, not travel as much and do as much judging, and young people that are just starting families and may not be able to get out to judging events like all that much. And there's nobody like kind of in the middle that is able to travel a lot and is actually certified and willing to volunteer some time on a weekend to judge competitions. We could have used twice the amount of judges that we had a couple weeks ago. We would have been done for sure with beer like in a day, and instead we had to do like a whole other round the morning that we were just trying to do mead and cider. So Jason and I, left up to Rochester Mills at like something ridiculous, like 7 a.m, and we didn't get back until like 8 or 9 at night the next day. All for a 300 entry competition, and normally that can be knocked out in a day. So really need more judges. And even if you're not certified or registered or whatever, go to a competition, volunteer as a steward, and if they're missing judges, they'll pull you on to judge. You don't have to feel weird about never having judged before. That's exactly what happened to me, and honestly, that really gave me confidence too. I had no idea what I was really expecting. It's one thing to take an exam, and it's another thing to actually be sitting across the street or across the table from a complete stranger and being like, yeah, I got a 38. What did you get? And they're like, oh yeah, 37. And then all of a sudden, like, your heart's beating for a little bit, your first couple times, because you're like, damn, am I actually, capable of doing this? Do I have like the taste buds that I think I have or whatever? And really, it's more just about like, we know what good beer and bad beer tastes like, and you can reference your phone and stuff for the guidelines. And so, if it meets the guidelines and it's not so great a beer, it's probably going like, low 30s or something. If it doesn't meet the guidelines and it's a little bit of a better beer, depending on how, far off it is, it might get a little bit of a higher score. I watched a video with a Grandmaster judge sometime last year when he was talking about judging beers, and one of the things that he pointed out was that the BJCP guidelines are guidelines. They're not rules, So
that's a good point. It's a good distinction.
Yeah. If the guidelines say that the beer, is generally low to moderate, bitterness, and this beer tends to be, maybe the one you're judging is like moderately high, but it has like more malt sweetness to, balance it out too. And it ends up being a really good beer. I mean, shit, they're guidelines. Does it still taste like, an Oktoberfest or whatever the hell you're judging? Like, yeah.
I think that's like, that's a good point. That's ultimately like really where it comes down to, is that like, it doesn't matter what you brewed. What does it taste like?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you're not going to want to throw like a German lager into like, Oktoberfest or a Märzen like category or something, like
right.
Sure, distinctly different,
Yep.
beers or whatever. But like, if you're judging a pale ales and IPAs, and the beer you're judging is like a little bit more malty than what like an IPA might be, or a little bit more bitter than what an IPA might be. I mean, shit, there's a lot of wiggle room. So,
and a lot of that stuff is pretty subjective, like perception of IBUs and all that.
Yeah.
It's
very
very,
totally.
very subjective to the judge. But
we one thing maybe we should consider as a homebrew club is to try to do maybe like a small city only competition, and we get our new judges in and judge it, BJCP style, and we get some confidence built up, and kind of go from there. Because it's one thing to study and judge with friends and stuff like that, but it's not always going to be the case. And I think really building confidence is for me the hardest thing. I'm so hard on myself all the time on all the things that sometimes it's hard for me to do that. So yeah, actually going out and being there and doing it at a competition, even if you're just stewarding and getting an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, the motions.
I feel I feel a ton better about doing these now than I would have even a couple of months ago. So anyway, sorry, off topic. But that's
What was the
that's how
topic
we
anyways?
roll. Yeah. No. But yeah, is this what we have? Do we have the ticker still?
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be a really fun show. I want to get other people from the club in. If you're listening and you're part of the BJC Peeps Keepers Facebook group, hit me up. I'll reach out to people at our September meeting probably. And if you have no idea what that is, let me know so you can get an invite. It's just it's a separate Facebook page that we have created for club members that are interested in doing BJCP things. So we're not spamming the regular Facebook page with a bunch of shit. So
And there's so much shit on there. Just no.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
I hope that there will be. But yeah, MHF, I'm looking at the event listing right now, and I feel like honestly there's more going on this year than there was even last year. So, and these are just the actual registered events that people were like, hey, put this on Facebook so we can get it organized. So in no particular order though, I'm going to try to go over some of these in chronological order. I didn't even know this was going on. So Thursday there's a pizza party apparently going on.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I in the main lodge, they're doing wood-fired pizzas and beer. And they're gonna have a couple kegs and we can bring beer. Thursdays are usually a pretty chill night. A lot of people get there on Thursday to start setting up, but there's not really any events yet. It's more just kind of like hanging out and sitting around in chairs a little bit and drinking and maybe pulling this or that off of people's taps if they are manning their battle stations. But they say $20 donation to help cover the costs for Thursday. So if you want to join the pizza party, eat some apparently good pizza and free beer. I have no idea how they're doing the wood fire.
Somebody's got to have a portable wood fire.
It's probably Kevin Penn or something.
I'd imagine so.
Everything.
I remember I was a part of the whole, pardon me, the food, whatever competition it was. I think it was on Thursday night.
The barbecue?
Was it the barbecue? Else? No, it was you. Maybe was that Friday night? I don't know. You and me were helping like dish food out because there was like a 4-course thing going on.
Yeah, what was that?
I can't recall.
That wasn't Feast of Friday because Feast of Friday.
Wait, was that Feast of Friday?
I mean, it feels like it because no, it wasn't because it was
Feast of Friday is like a potluck.
Yeah, and this was a very specific meal. There was 2 people, 2 cooks, 2 chefs were going head to head with like a 3-course meal or something, weren't they? It was Kevin and somebody else.
Yeah,
and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, but that was last year. I don't remember what day it was though.
It had to have been Thursday.
It had to have been Thursday. Yeah,
because that wasn't Saturday.
No, because the food truck was Saturday. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's pizza this year. So if you're coming on Thursday, look out for that. Friday morning, there's a French toast cook-off. I think that's happening over at the Michigan Mead Coalition tent. So Friday at 10 a.m., Michigan Mead Coalition, go eat French toast.
That's a perfect time.
Yeah.
As well. Like
the Catalina Wart mixer judging is happening, apparently. So for those that don't know, the Catalina Wart mixer is sort of a event where I don't know exactly. So I've never done it. I don't know exactly how they do it. In some way, you go there. They randomly like match you up with another brewer. You might like spin a wheel and like get a style or something, and then you like brew this beer. And I think you like bring it home to ferment it and then submit bottles later on. Which is, I think, what's going on at the judging here. I'm probably totally off base with that. I know that in some way it has to do with a random style, and you're usually paired up with a stranger. So hence the Wart mixer. But I want to do that one of these years. It's just this year has been absolutely like crazy wild with shit going on. So
It has been nuts.
look for that next year though. We'll hopefully post that in like Keepers. They probably have like a distribution list too, so go find it online. Just like sign up for that right now. Friday evening is the barbecue competition. I don't know who's doing the judging this year. I think sometimes they ask for volunteers, but if you have a small stomach or cannot handle a lot of meat, I would not recommend doing the judging. I've seen people get sick, including Jason, from doing the judging for this before. So just because there's so much freaking food, it's cool though. So the competition, in order to qualify for it, it has to be cooked on site at the campground. So over the course of Friday, you'll see people with like barbecue pits going on and like sticks with like meat or like boiling pots like over a campfire. Yeah, like rotisserie or something like that. You can do some prep at home, but like everything has to be cooked out there. So it's kind of really fun to just kind of wander around and smell all the barbecue that's going on all Friday. And then there's almost always some leftovers from meat that ends up coming out and just kind of being passed around or sitting out on somebody's bar or something. So
There's
Friday,
always free food there.
yeah,
Like all the time. It's amazing.
And then obviously Feast of Friday is going on Friday night too. So I think we're doing a not buffet style again this year, but every club is going to have food out in front of their bar. So essentially, so just wander around and grab random food from random bars and enjoy. Like I said, we're doing. Did I say what we're doing for food for Feast of Friday? I don't know if I did. So we're doing the convenience store theme.
Oh
so
yeah,
we're gonna have a bunch of gas station food.
yep.
So we're gonna.
I'm assuming that means like fried chicken sandwiches, taquitos,
whatever. Sure,
yeah.
absolutely. We are gonna deep fry the shit out of anything. Like if you bring it and it's not gonna cause an explosion, we'll probably deep fry it. So, but yeah, we're
Fantastic.
gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Makes me wish I had hot peppers growing this year.
I'm gonna have to look. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
we have heatless jalapenos.
I mean, those would be tasty.
Yeah, I bet those
core
would
them
be
out,
good.
bread them up a little bit, then we
Yeah.
can deep fry them there.
I wouldn't want to contaminate the oil with too much spice too, either, for the people that can't handle it. So that might be a good idea.
Yeah, deep fry all the spices. If Jeff is listening and you want to bring some, we'll do that at the end. And
so Friday night's always just a ton of fun, ton of beer, ton of good food. Saturday morning is the Bloody Mary bar that happens every year. I think Genesee is the one that puts it on. What do they say? They're doing a breakfast potluck too this year. So you can bring a breakfast dish to share. So Bloody Mary, again, all the bars are going to be open serving beer. Plus they are going to have a breakfast potluck. So that's going to be awesome. Their Bloody Marys every year are strong and delicious.
They're perfect for hair of the dog.
It's the absolute best way to start Saturday, especially after a long Friday, which they usually are. Saturday, Friday and Saturday nights can be long. Saturday afternoon, there's a brewing equipment swap, which is the first time I'm seeing it actually. So if you have any random old brewing equipment, there's going to be a booth set up, so just like bring a table in your gear and you can swap some shit. So that's cool.
Like I had that last year to like a lesser degree, like it wasn't advertised or something.
Okay.
My brain might just be making shit up too. So
it's not on here, and I skipped it. I think that on Friday night the Michigan Mead Coalition is doing a bottle share as well. I don't know what time. I'd have to go and check out their Facebook page, but I believe that the only entry is that you bring a bottle of mead to share. So bring a bottle of mead. It could be your mead. You could bring commercial mead or whatever. And there's people usually bring more than one. So if you're into mead, that'll be a good time. Ask the Michigan Mead Coalition folks. But I'm technically part of the club. and I'm all paid up and stuff, but I can't remember off the top of my head when it is. I'll have to go look. Key said craft sold stuff there. Okay, so first year for an official swap meet this year. Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, I have some stuff, so maybe I'll bring some stuff out.
Well,
maybe just give some stuff away, honestly.
Right. I mean, that's really all I'd be looking to do.
Yeah. Then we have the Beer Cup Awards, which is going to be roughly around 1. Sometimes it's a little bit later. It depends on how long it takes to get stuff organized. I will be creating a show link for the awards again sometime soon here. I need to talk to Jason. Jason is alive, by the way. I know he's not here. He will be back on the show soon. He's almost done moving. Things are going well. So he says hi, and he wishes everybody a good Monday evening. But we should be doing the streaming again. So keep an eye out on the Michigan Beer Cup Facebook page. That's probably where the link is going to be. And if you have friends that have competition entries, make sure to share the link out with them, like if they don't use Facebook, just to make sure that anybody that wants to watch the awards can watch them. It went pretty well last year. They had a nice speaker set up, and we brought a nice mic to put in front of the speaker, and it sounded pretty clear. It didn't sound all echoey or whatever. So we're gonna try that again. Fingers crossed, it works out as well as it did last year. And then there's an official beer bottle share. It happened last year too. It's just I don't think it actually got scheduled. So Saturday night at 8:30 at AABG, Ann Arbor Brewers Guild tent, there were a ton of beers being passed around last year, like a giant table that could probably comfortably sit like 15 people was absolutely filled with glass bottles and cans and growlers and whatever else last year. So now that it's official and it's up on the MHF Facebook page, I'm assuming that even more beer is going to come out. So bring a bottle to share and try a bunch of other good stuff. I brought last year all of the speciation club bottles that I had. I think that there might have been a previous year's worth of club bottles brought out from speciation. Tons of good like stouts and random sours and old lambics. And one year there was a guy wandering around with like a 20-year-old cider, just all sorts of wild stuff that you're never going to be able to taste again. So that'll be a really good night too. And then we're going to have a food truck out. I don't know who the food truck is. I think it's more like bar food-esque type stuff, but I can't remember.
I don't know if we knew who the food truck was going to be last year until like Saturday.
Yeah, there were some issues last year. I think like one of the food truck that we were going to go with like backed out last minute. And so we had to pull somebody in sort of last minute. But it worked out. Excuse me. So those are all the official things that we have going on, but there's tons and tons of unofficial little random things that happens, plus all the networking and other fun things. So I don't know. I've hyped this up to so many people this year. We have a lot of new people coming. I know that Keeper's got a lot of emails about beer cup medals. So we're excited to see what works out with that. Because we want to take we took the Michigan Homebrew Club of the Year last year, so we're working on taking it again this year. So we're going to see, and I think we're working on not game brew, but dead grass this year too. We hope between all the fun things that we have going on with the club and the theme and the scratcher tickets and the slushies that we can pull some people over and have fun with that too. So we're going to see. We're working hard this year for MHF. It's all everybody in the club talks about, every meeting. Not even as it comes close to it, it'll be like February, and people are like MHF. So.
Hell yeah. We talk about it all year. Like we're gonna start talking about next year after this year, like the very next month.
I'm swapping out. I'm popping a hams. I'm doing it.
Do it. So I went and grabbed some of my Mexican lager.
Oh, that looks fine. Yeah, I do see what you're saying about it being like opaque or whatever.
Like,
I
yeah, I
think
mean,
that's
you
just the
can't like
LME, man. That dark color
like
just it screams like not oxidized beer, but it screams like old oxidized extract to me. I
yeah,
think that's what
it's
happens with this stuff.
just got some flavor that I'm like not super happy about. So I need the keg space more than I need the beer. So like
Or
whatever. It was a it was a fun experiment.
did we talk about this last show? What are you bringing out?
I was gonna bring this, but
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm not bringing it. No.
yeah, okay. No, that's all right.
I do have a mead that I just kegged that I'm debating on bringing. We'll see.
Session.
No.
Oh,
Sec.
okay.
Full 5 gallons of like 16% mead.
Are you pushing it with nitro, or are you just giving it a little bubble of?
Just a little bubble of right. Really, I just put it in my keezer and put it on tap on just a couple pounds so I could have
Slowly
it
dribble
cold
it out.
crash it. Yeah, and just
Yeah.
take samples here or there. But
If
bring that.
if you want, I have some how's it pronounced? Is it Kisasol in Cheeto-san or Cheeto-san, something like that. It's basically the two ingredients that are in Super Clear, which I don't know if you've used Super Clear before, but
I have not.
it's like just like a fining agent for wine and cider and mead and stuff like that. I can bring you some if you're looking to really clear it out before MHF. It usually does its job pretty good in a couple days.
You're talking about the beer or the mead?
The mead. You can try it on the beer too if you want.
No, I think the mead's fine. I just wanted to let it cold. It's been cold conditioning for a few weeks now.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, in fact, let me go grab a quick sample of it so we can take a look at
it. Yeah, absolutely. I got 4 things I'm bringing out. I think I mentioned earlier the club is bringing out something like 35 right now. I'm sure there's going to be more than that. There's a ton of beer that's not even on the spreadsheet that we have listed right now. I got a American light lager that I call Eagle Juice. Jordan mentioned it. It's the beer that I am brewing with all extract. The recipe is actually Canoe Chuck Lager, which is a NHC gold medal winning recipe. If you go on the AHA's website, you can find it. It took gold last year, I think. And I was just randomly scrolling through the recipes, and I saw this and saw that it was made all with dry malt extract, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I need to make this beer, and it is fucking awesome. It's really, really tasty. Did Jordan crash? I think Jordan crashed. He came back and I think he crashed, but that's okay. So look up that recipe and make it yourself. It uses 3 pounds of dry Pilsner malt, 2 pounds of rice solids, which are essentially like dried rice extract, and 3470. That's it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to it. Somewhere around like 10, 11 IBUs of whatever. I've used Saz and I've used Noble Citra, and it's super killer. And a quick brew day too. I think usually my brew days are 2.5 hours, and I'm done. And it could probably be even quicker than that, but I'm just not paying attention to everything all the time as quickly as I need to. But bringing Eagle Juice, I got the Gang Beer or the Gang Brew beer right now, which I talked about. I've got Hydro Mule, which was a big hit at the Homebrew Club meeting on Sunday. So it's basically a session mead, just made with orange blossom honey and an entire bottle of Amaretti Moscow Mule syrup. So it's really tasty syrup. It doesn't have any like alcohol or weird extract flavors. It was like $50 for the bottle, and it tastes great. But I'm wondering, if I couldn't have done it cheaper, just by actually using ginger and like lime, and probably saved like $45. So I'm gonna experiment with that next time, especially because I can control the ginger that way and give it that really nice burny ginger thing, which is one of my favorite parts about like ginger beer or anything like ginger forward. I like burning myself with ginger. So we'll see how that goes, but I think it's really good. I think it's balanced. And then I have a cold IPA coming out too. So it's the second cold IPA I've ever made, and I have not tasted it yet. I haven't tasted the Eagle Juice yet either. So those are both carbonating. I might pull a sample of each right before I leave, or maybe like tomorrow night, just to make sure I'm not bringing some like bunk nasty beer or something. But it'll be good. We got a lot of fun beer coming out. So if you're not a keeper and you're listening to the show, for sure stop by Keepers and try some of our stuff. And we'll have people in our vests pouring for us. So it'll be a good time. I got to figure out if we're doing Christmas lights and stuff again this year. We had some nice lighting last year. I don't know if anybody watching was there last year and saw our tent, but we had these programmable Christmas lights that we draped all throughout our canopy area. And at night, we had just like some really like nice like light show things going on. We pulled a few benches over there, so we had nice lighting, nice seating, and it was just a really good place to gather. So got to talk about that.
Hi.
But hey, computer crash.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
It was only the first time. You lasted what 50 minutes. So
yeah, fantastic.
Not too
amazing.
bad.
Amazing.
Did you get that mead?
I did. Yeah, this is kind of what we're looking like here. I know it's a little hard to see.
So absolutely no fruit in that, right?
Yeah, right. Zero.
just the natural red color of the honey.
Yeah, blood honey. That's
just mushed a bunch of bees together and
basically, yeah.
Juiced them.
It's pre-honey.
What do you got? What's in it?
Montmorency cherries. That's it. I think I used 12 pounds or so in this, and then this is the first batch of mead I did using some of the local honey that I have.
Sweet.
Yeah, it smells a little hot.
Let's get the highlights. What do you get out of the aroma besides higher alcohol?
Definitely cherry.
Okay.
I mean that definitely comes through.
Do you get any of the honey, or is it like kind of is it too dry for that?
No, it's not too dry. It's not too dry for that. I'll be honest. I haven't actually tasted the honey.
Okay.
Which
wow.
I should.
No, it's just whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I just like poured however many pounds I needed out of the bucket into this, but I mean, it's got a sweet smell to it, but you can tell it's definitely higher ABV. Mm-hmm.
Did you backspoon it at all, or is it
no?
Okay.
No, this is. I'd have to go back and take a look at my notes to figure out exactly where it landed, but it's not as sweet as most, I guess, meads that I've had at this level, which is probably why it smells maybe a little more warm.
Okay. Ethanol can have a little bit of sweetness to it too. And you can add like a little bit about it. How's that sip treating you? What do you get?
It doesn't taste hot.
Good.
Like it doesn't taste warm.
It's cold right now.
Yes.
And I know we're talking about like hot versus hot alcohol, not temperature, but
yeah. But yeah, this came right out of my kegerator, so maybe that could be affecting the flavor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a few minutes to warm up, kind of absorb some of the ambient temp. But
does it taste more like a fruit wine, like a dry fruit wine, or is it like more bodied? Or
it's definitely more bodied than. Well, I don't know. I'd have to have it right next to a fruit wine, but
get any like characteristics from the yeast? Does it taste like a little peppery or anything like that? Or
no, this was brewed using 1118, so
okay.
I shouldn't really.
Yeah, it's a clean
a whole lot of
beast of a yeast. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. Then I want to rebrew it and use 71B. And just because from everything that I've read, it seems like most any meads that are fruited are using 71B. Now, one thing I will say, now that I've had a couple sips, taking breaths, I can kind of feel a little bit more of that alcohol in the after breath. But so maybe I need to knock down the ABV a little bit on it. For
those listening later on, when I create a podcast out of this episode. Um, it's this really nice, beautiful, vibrant red color. Like sometimes with a cherry or like fruited like mead or wine or something like that, it can almost have a little bit of like a brown color if you don't use enough fruit. But like looking at this glass, it's like a very, very vibrant, beautiful red. So like I'm a little judgy when it comes to color and fruit, and I think this looks very, very nice. It has like some kind of like neat little like a yellowish orange highlights like on the edges and stuff too.
Yeah.
How I can't tell when you swirl around your glass. How's the you have legs, you have like curtains or whatever. I don't know
Oh
what they're
yeah.
calling them with mead.
Yeah.
So
With I've heard it called what legs with wine, but yeah, like I can see, I don't know, it's going to be really hard to see, but you might be able to see some of them coming along the edge.
yeah.
Like
So
right in
a lot of alcohol in there from that for sure. Usually it's either alcohol or sugar will do that too. I'm not actually sure if there's a difference in um, how it sort of layers between the two. Um, I'll have to look into that. There's always so much more to learn, but yeah, it looks delicious, man. You should at the very least bring a bottle of it, and maybe bring it to either the beer share or the mead share or something.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'll bring some of it one way or another. And now I'm just left with this stuff.
Maybe do a little bit of a mixer, sweeten it back up a little bit. Oh no, never mind. The mead's not sweet. I have it in my head. Like I always do sweet meads, but no, that would actually probably dry out the lager.
Yeah.
Jordan has a very disappointed look on his face right
Yeah,
now.
I am.
So,
I'm
for
very
those watching,
very disappointed.
I'm really sorry, man.
It's all right. I'm not only am I new to the style, I'm kind of considering myself new to extract brewing again.
Totally, yeah, 100%.
After being all grain for so many years.
Patrick, you're gonna have to do a presentation for the club, man. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Patrick's our resident extract pro brewer here, not pro brewer, but extract pro home brewer.
And then on top of that, like I'm still like getting my legs underneath brewing lagers, so like it's kind of like 3 new things at once. But I think I've kind of. What's that?
I was gonna ask if your firm chamber was working well.
Oh yeah, it works great. Holds temp really well. Peas occasionally, but that's fine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I just just keep a towel around it. Like I've got cement floors in the basement. That's whatever. Sealed cement floors. But yeah, I've kind of made the decision that like most of the beers that I find myself drinking now, like I'm not really drinking stouts or IPAs or anything. Like I've been craving lagers of all sorts. So that's just kind of where I'm leaning right now. And I've got a brew day set aside here in a few weeks. Kind of get a late start on a fest beer. Awesome. But that's where I'm going. And then not quite sure what type of lagers I'm going to do after that, but I am going back to all grain. I'm just going to do an overnight mash.
We're probably due for a style episode sometime soon too. I don't know if we've done like a fest beer, Oktoberfest episode. This is our 82nd episode, which is like wild to me. I'm starting to not be able to remember things that we've talked about in the past.
Oh no, and we totally have done Oktoberfest beers.
Have we? Okay,
2 years in a row.
Did we really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay,
but I am down to do another one. It's one of my favorite styles.
You know what we did? I think maybe one time we talked about the style. I think the last one that we did, we all went out and bought like a 6 like variety pack.
Yes, we did,
and we're drinking them on the show, weren't we?
Yep.
I'm down with continuing that tradition. Honestly, hopefully we'll have Jason back by that time, and we can all just pound some German lager or something.
Hell yeah!
Yes,
I'm all for it.
Founders 15 pack of Oktoberfest is back out. It's more expensive this year though. It's like $20 a 15 pack.
Damn.
I think it used to be, it was like 16 or 17 last year. I will still buy one because that still seems like a pretty good deal.
It's
And,
still a really good deal for an for that much Oktoberfest.
Yeah, and their beer is good. I had the Sam Adams one this year already, and it's usually a go-to for me, but I think it's a little sweeter this year, and I wasn't digging it quite as much because I think Sam Adams maybe does like more of an American approach, and they use like caramel malt. Maybe I
Yeah,
don't know for sure. I have no
I
idea.
could see that.
But it was a little sweet this year, so maybe I just got like a weird batch, or maybe I'm just being too picky. But I'm gonna have to start digging into the other brewers.
Yeah,
it's only mid-August and they're already starting to come out.
well, that's exactly. It's like it's earlier every year. Did you see the what is it, Oktoberfest Ultimate or whatever it was that
I heard
Founders released?
I've heard bad things. I've not heard good things.
I saw it. I'm like, thumbs up for experimentation. Thumbs down for probably not needed.
For those that like don't know what we're talking about, Founders decided to barrel age an Oktoberfest this year for whatever reason. And I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I don't want to, I don't want to judge anything I haven't tried, but I haven't heard positive reviews really. And barrel aged lager, like bourbon barrel aged lager, has generally not really appealed to me, but I'm sure there's people out there that really like it. The Lizard of Kaz had a lot of fans, so you never know.
Speaking of that, barrel aged lagers. Now, this wasn't necessarily barrel aged, but I was at Holmes this weekend, actually, on my way. On my way. Yeah, and angry. Food was fantastic, for sure. But they had this. Oh, what was that? I want to say it was a collaboration, but it was a Foder style like Pilsner. So it was all fermented within a barrel, like an actual wood barrel. It was actually pretty good.
Was it Hitatsu?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think if I've had one.
I wonder if they have their tap list online.
Oh yeah, that was their Japanese rice lager. So I feel like I might have had that though. I know what you're talking about, and it sounds awesome. But something about char and bourbon in a lager just don't jive with me all the time. So I will try it. I will never not try anything, but it's just, I mean, if people don't experiment like this, like we're never gonna have, crazy new styles or whatever. Like I know some people don't necessarily consider cold IPA like a style, but I really think it has like a pretty distinct flavor to it with regards to IPAs. Brandon actually says, "Have I tried Founders Cold IPA yet?" So no, I haven't, but I would totally try it. We should probably do a cold IPA episode, maybe, because more and more of those are coming out. Bell's has one right now. Apparently,
do they really?
has one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the Bell's one is pretty good. It's down in the general store under their like experimental beer section, and I think they have it on tap too. So it's pretty solid. I've liked the homebrew examples that I've tried better than any of the commercial examples that I've tried, and I don't know what that means.
I could probably say that for just about any style.
I was just gonna say, in general, I think we have a really, really good community of awesome homebrewers in Michigan, but we'll see it. When it comes to new and experimental stuff, the big guys don't always tend to crush it. Like when Kvike IPAs were first starting to come out, they had a few Bells that I tried at random times, and they sort of tasted like burnt rubber to me. Yeah, they were not super appealing, but you take somebody like Brandon again who uses it all the time and absolutely kills it. So it's just harder to utilize on a bigger scale. Homebrewers do have a lot of advantages that way. But yeah, I got to do some packing tonight for for MHF. My entire afternoon tomorrow is like absolutely dominated by work stuff. Everybody saw I was going on vacation for the rest of the week and decided to book me.
Yeah,
So,
of course, that's the way it works, right?
Yeah. So if you don't got anything, we can probably call it good an hour and 5 minutes, and try to get everybody else that's here still with us to come out to MHF if you're not already, and hopefully we see you all there. But you got anything else, man, before your computer crashes again?
Yeah, before you're like, don't, not yet.
I know.
Yeah, no, I got nothing, man. I think it was good. It was good chatting. It was good to be back. It was good to have a few beers.
It was. Summer's been crazy. We'll get back on a more
been.
regular schedule. I know we've only been here a couple times in the last few months, but we'll have that BJCP episode. We'll do another Oktoberfest or Fest beer, whatever episode. Cold IPA we definitely want to do. I think we have some other stuff lined up with some people. I still know we want to have like a cidery on that we were talking to a little bit ago. We want to do homebrew review videos. So again, if anybody has any beer or anything that they want to have us drink and talk about on air, we can even do something similar to like Dr. Homebrew, where instead of your beers being judged by two grandmaster judges, it's being judged by a couple drunk idiots in a homebrew club. But it'll be fun for everybody involved. I think Jordan crashed again. He looks like he's locked up, so I guess now is a good time to call it. But yeah, he just texted me, womp womp. So if you're still listening, thanks. We'll catch you all probably next week / hopefully at MHF. And have a good night. Have a good Monday. Thank you for being here, and cheers.